This is the 90th Taiku in the Babylonian Talmud. 90th Taiku means that these Taikus were being published for 90 days. One per day. So started 90 days ago, or 89 days ago. Today is day 90, and this is the 90th Taiku. And the 90th Taiku means it's an unanswered question. It's an unresolved question. The legend has it that we need to wait until Messiah comes until they're answered. Tradition has it. And so the 90th Taiku is in Tractate Nazir, page 51b, with the words Boy Rav Papa. Boy Rav Papa, Pirshemahu, Kevan de Lavakaim, and Midalach, Nadachiuta, who, or Dirma, Hanami Mi'almati, Boy Rav Achabari de Ravika, Oromahu, Boy Rav Hunan Barbanoach, Kicho Beniomahu. Rav Papa raised a similar dilemma with regard to a woman's excrement, the food waste that remains in a woman's intestines. What is the halacha? What's the law? I make a disclaimer here. I'm just reading the Talmud. I don't necessarily agree with anything that is said. I don't advocate anything. I'm just reading the Talmud. So there's a lot of stuff in the Talmud that's controversial or just sometimes downright weird. The project of what I'm doing is just to read it. So anyway, let's start again. Rav Papa raised a similar dilemma with regard to a woman's excrement, a food that waste that remains in a woman's intestines. What's the law? The Gemara explains the two sides. Do we say that she cannot subsist without food? It is considered her life, which means the food left inside her body is part of her and does not form a mixture with the corpse. A woman died, I think, and I don't understand the premise of this, but I'm not really sure. It's coming in the middle of something, I think. So anyway, I'll just read it and see what happens. What are they actually trying to figure out here? A woman. First of all, I don't even know if it's scientifically true that you need food inside you to stay alive. I don't think that's true at all. So I don't know why they're saying that. Do we say that since she cannot subsist without food, maybe she needed it at one point, so now that even though it's waste, it gave her life energy, meaning if she would have lived for a certain amount of days without it, she would have died. So this food is actually still part of her, even though it's waste material. Interesting. Okay, so anyway, what are they trying to establish here? What are they trying to... Okay, anyway, do we say it's part of her body because it's necessary for life? And so, or perhaps this too comes from outside, and it's not part of her body, and therefore does not form a mixture with her corpse. Similarly, Rav Acha Bar, I'm not sure who cares if it forms a mixture with the corpse. I don't see what they're practically trying to settle here. Who cares? She's dead. She's dead. Who cares if it's mixed or not? Anyway, that's just what it's saying here. You see, that's why I say I don't agree with everything that's written here. Or perhaps this too comes from outside, and therefore is not part of her body, and it does form a mixture with her corpse. Similar to Achla, son of Yigam, raised an dilemma concerning a corpse. With regard to its skin, what's the halacha? Rav Huna bar Manoah likewise raised a dilemma with regard to phlegm and spittle. What's the halacha? Again, I'm not sure what the necessitation is for the necessity. Who cares? She's dead already and she's buried. Presumably. Maybe she's not buried yet. Still. Does it cause contamination? Maybe that's what they're thinking about. Okay, anyway. Amr le Rav Shmuel Baracha le Papa Yitzchak to Kohani de Komahavi Galgalin Raka ben Tameh Mishkachas na de Shekaya min dekal me dekalim Isachaya nasa ushlako bemeteveria. Rav Shmuel Baracha said to Rav Papa, but if it enters your mind that all these cases of which they spoke do form a mixture, under what circumstances do you find this case of dust that imparts impurity? I think we have our context here. They want to know if the bodily projectiles, bodily whatever materials outside of the body, does it impart impurity after someone's dead? I think that's what they're asking. So now the question turned into, does dust from a corpse impart impurity? So dust from a corpse will always include some components of the aforementioned elements. The Gemara answers, it is possible. For example, if someone was given palm water as a powerful laxative to drink before he died, and he was rubbed with a depilatory agent to remove his hair, and was boiled after death in the hot waters of Tiberia until the skin came off, this will remove all matter and is not part of the corpse itself. Okay, I'm not sure where that came from, but whatever. Amar Abaye naktinan meshetachano eno raka viboenu tachanu zalihilma mide ahu taima eladika basar v'gidim ba'atzamot ra'ika odilma kebriato be'inyan v'neka teiku. Abaye said, we have a tradition that a corpse that was ground into small pieces has no halacha of dust. That's interesting. A dilemma was raised before the sages. If a corpse was ground after death and the remains later decayed, what's the halacha? The Gemara clarifies the two sides of the dilemma. Is the halacha of dust of a corpse only due to the fact that there is flesh and sinews and bones, and all these are present in this case, so it is impure? Or perhaps we require the corpse to have decayed from its initial state before it was ground, and this is not the situation here. As with the case with regard to the previous inquiries, no answer was found, and the Gemara says that the dilemma shall stand unresolved. So I think all these cases that were mentioned today in this session are all part of one Taiku. So when I say that there's 317 Taikus, there's really a lot more. I mean, there are a bunch of questions here, not just one. And so there's 317, according to this book, listed times that the Talmud says Taiku, although each Taiku can combine several questions.